The chairman is doing the bidding of Donald Trump. Committee Republicans designed this hearing to intimidate and deter the duly elected District Attorney of Manhattan from doing the work his constituents elected him to do. They have demanded access to the inner workings of an ongoing criminal case, information to which they know they are not entitled.
And that was New York Congressman and ranking member Jerry Nadler in his opening statements at the House Judiciary Field hearing in Lower Manhattan. This was on Monday. Democrats have largely defended Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's policies, claiming it's all an effort to disparage the prosecution of former President Donald Trump. Republicans disagree, claiming the Democrats are out of touch. Jeff Van Drew is a New Jersey congressman, member of the House Judiciary Committee, who was at that field hearing. I'm sure you remember that moment, Congressman. You represent the state next door in the House of New Jersey. Are the conditions described by witnesses in this hearing, and many of them tough to hear, is that the reality? And if so, how can some of these politicians push back against some of the policies implemented by this DA?
Well, that's what's mind-boggling. It's unbelievable that you have a DA who is literally, just in very basic, simple terms, letting bad people out who've done bad things. And when I say bad things, I mean violent acts, violent criminals, and yet good people, like the poor gentleman that was trying to defend his bodega and his own life, and had to take the life of one of the assailants. And this was an older man. Thank God he was in shape and he survived. But Bragg put him in jail until there was such an outcry that people said, my God, he was defending his life. He would have died. So I guess in Bragg's mind, it would be better for an innocent man to die than to do, what the innocent man had to do to survive. I mean, this is nonsense. I mean, and you know what? The Democrats have no answers because they know it's wrong. They know crime has gone up in New York. They know crime has gone up in San Francisco. They know that crime has gone up unbelievable in Chicago. We see what happened over the weekend, the literal riots that happened in areas throughout our country where windows were smashed and people were beaten and cars were overturned. I mean, this is not our America. And yet this is what these liberal George Soros-funded DAs are doing. And we were able to show that. We can show the money trail. And it's not a little bit of money. It's tens of millions of dollars going to make sure that DAs who are radically left win. And then also, not only when they win, they make a huge difference in our system of law and order, in which, again, good people, God knows, are never cared about. And yet all these violent criminals are released. They're put back on the street over and over again. Some of these crimes that have been committed are somebody that's been in and out 20, 30, 40 times, as unbelievable as that may sound. It has to stop. The Democrats wanted to talk about, the former president. They wanted to talk about January 6th. They wanted to talk about anything but the real deal.
Sure. I've got maybe 45 seconds left with you. I just wanted to close on this. You had the field hearing with Alvin Bragg. What is next in terms of that scope, that investigation?
Well, we haven't decided whether we will or not. We may have another field hearing or two just to really wrap and tie this whole thing and button it up. And then we've got to find out, because there is a certain scope and ability for the Judiciary Committee to do legislation. See, we have a right to enter into this world because of the fact that it could very well result in some form of legislation. For example, and this is just an example I'm making, if you get money in order to decrease violent crime, but you use it for the exact opposite, perhaps you don't get that federal money anymore. That's just one example. We're going to come up with some ideas. We're working on it. You just can't allow this to happen to our cities. You can't allow it to happen to our America.
Well, we'll keep us informed. We'll keep asking questions. Congressman Jeff Van Drew joining us live. Congressman, good to see you, and thank you for your time.
My pleasure.